And hello, everybody. Let me bring in my guest right now and get everybody in here. And there we go. And welcome to another fun-filled week of the Grumpy Vlogger. Yay! I'm learning how to use all this stuff
Yeah.
over here on StreamYards. I mean, finally, sort of. But
Streamers? Restream.
Restream, yeah, whatever the hell it is I'm using now.
Yeah,
Restream, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it is easier to like take somebody in and out right now. It took me a minute to figure out how to get you on, Art, when you first popped in, but then I thought, oh, there's just a little slider. You just go over and click it and
Yep.
takes
Mhm.
everybody out. So
Yep.
anyway, so yeah, uh, let me hide that so that I can look at the chat. Whoop, where the
Look
hell's
at
the
this.
chat?
Put your glasses on. Yeah.
Chat. Yeah, there
Yep.
we go. There we go. All right,
There.
let's start. I'm gonna welcome everybody in here first.
Yeah.
Start at the top. Now I do have to put my glasses on.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got Captain Joe America, who is still in the hospital, I think. Let me get my mic over here. We have got Mark R. White. We've got Jody Drone Shots.
Don't you?
We've got Bryan, Waypoint, New England, and of course we have Grant, Mr. S, and then
Yes.
Charles Gillespie, Steve Knowles. Welcome
Hey,
to the
Steve.
show.
Knowles. He's a
Yeah.
Knowles it all.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all right. Good start of the day. It's a Monday. You know, it
Yep.
is what it is. Whoops,
Okay.
I forgot to turn on my little light there. So
Yep.
Yeah.
You're on air now.
I'm on there now. Yeah.
He's on there.
So, anyways, but yeah. And
And we got
Alexis,
Alexis.
welcome.
Yeah. Good this
Alexis.
way. Mhm.
So, yeah, so we were talking earlier, and I said, "Well, I'm gonna have to get off here and eat." And I said, "I got my show to do." She goes, "Is it?" And she goes, "Are you doing your show tonight?" Yeah, because she's like me though. If she doesn't think about this stuff, you forget what day of the week it is.
Hello, Lee.
Is that Lee Beasing, Yellow Rose Drones? Welcome.
Mhm.
Thank you for hitting the like button. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that. And this thing has a setup where it'll give you like 4 different options to pick from of shorts that it'll take snippets
Yeah.
out of the. And I just put one up just a few minutes before we started. So
Mhm.
I have no idea exactly what it is. I remember the conversation, but I can't say that, you know. It's about the moon being hollow, I think is what it's
Moon.
about. Yeah.
Hollow
Oh.
moon.
Yeah, the hollow moon, yeah. But so let me ask, Art, let's start with
Yes.
you. How was your 4th of July weekend?
It was good. I went over to my sister's, brought my laundry because it's Friday. It's laundry day. So she made me lunch. We had lunch, and after that, we played some Parcheesi.
Oh wow, I haven't played that since I
Oh,
Ah.
I know. I hadn't played it in years. And I won 2 games. Yay.
good.
2 out of 2. Yeah. So
All
it was a
right.
lot of fun. Went home and just kind of took it easy all weekend. Yeah.
And Dominic, how was your 4th of July?
It was just another Friday.
Yeah.
But one thing
Charles,
I
how
did
was your
notice,
do what? Not that you would have
I was going to
noticed.
say, one thing I did notice, because we have a Friday meet up with a couple of friends, and the pub we went to, all the food was American themed.
Oh, there you
Cool.
go.
Cool.
Mhm.
And Charles, how did you spend your Independence Day? Or
Well, actually,
no,
the day
King's Day,
of,
I guess.
Mom and I we hunkered down. You know, the day before there was one of the local fairgrounds. There were fireworks up there, and so we
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
knew that was going to be crazy. And our favorite ice cream place, we knew that was going to be crazy the day of July 4th. So we
Mhm.
didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything. But then on Saturday, July 6th, then we
Fifth.
went
Fifth.
or sorry, 5th rather. We
Yeah.
went up to our ice cream place and got ice cream and drove around and enjoyed ourselves.
Cool.
Good. 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 Well, I got to go spend a 4th of July with with both my boys actually. We went to up to my youngest son's, and I talked about this on Bill's show, but some of you may not have seen that. But I got to we went up in the foot of the Ozarks here, which is Indian country, no man's land, and it's all part deep in the Cherokee. Yeah, well, no, it's not. They don't do that, Art. You know, not that type. But no, 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 no. But anyway, but I got to spend a lot of time there with had a lot of fun. Spent the whole day there,
Cool.
and they set off some good fireworks, and then meandered back home and got to meet Miss Cherokee Nation 2025. She was there. She was part of the family, I guess, and got to see, and she wore a bikini that made it a little nice. But
Ooh.
she's like maybe 17, 18 years old, so it's
Ooh.
way I yeah.
It's like you're holding your hand over
I got
your
shoes
now
older than
boy,
her.
now boy.
No, no, Art, you just got to be so. Sometimes you're just nasty,
Yeah, just keep your mind out of the gutter for a
Yeah,
second.
it's like
but
I can't. No, don't go there. Shut up. Be
yeah,
quiet. Be quiet. Stay
yeah.
down.
Or sometimes that would be good. But anyway, she was a very nice young lady. She's
Good.
a very smart person. She attended to some of the little ones. And that's what they do. The older kids take care of the younger kids. So,
Yep.
and that's why our family used to be when we still had a lot of family. We don't have that much. Most of ours are gone now. But and then I came home and we got James Brown and I got back home about 11 o'clock uh, Friday evening, and I came in, and of course the two little dogs come scampering out here, and Bear, the wimpy one, he's the bigger of the two. He's just screaming like a little girl because he didn't know who was coming in. All this noise and fireworks going off was scaring him. And I started looking around for Ranger, and he wasn't around. He'd gone back to the other bedroom and hid back in the back there, and then got himself trapped because he knocked over one of them big roll around ringer type mop buckets, and he couldn't get out. So so I rescued him, and yeah, he was a little upset, but then they settled down, and but yeah, and then yesterday would have been mine and Judy's 44th anniversary. So I thought James was going to go. He said he wasn't feeling good, which he may have been hurting because I was dying from sitting out there so much. I'm still hurting today. But anyways, I did meet up with Patrick and his wife Janie, and then he brought up and both of his boys and his Brody, the oldest one, his fiance was there, and we didn't realize it, but the youngest one, he's 18, and he's the autistic one. He come up there and he looked down there at his grandma's headstone and it says, "I love you, Grandma," and then just burst into tears. He hadn't been to the grave, but that's his first time to be there.
Oh.
And we all ended, so I just grabbed. He was standing right next to me, so I just grabbed him and he just sobbed on my shoulder. It was bittersweet, but it makes it shows me, and I was lucky enough to be there to do that for him, and but it lets me know, how much he loved his grandma. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah. Okay, Art.
Very sweet.
So yeah, but it was kind of a serious moment, but then
Yeah.
we talked about the good memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said, and one of the things he said was, "I wonder if they have first person shooters in heaven for grandma." And that just, that was like,
oh, that's gold.
that was absolute gold. You're right. It was. I wonder if they have first person shooters in heaven for grandma. And I just like, oh my God. Oh, and who else? Oh, we got Brenda here, RJ here.
Yeah, we got Brenda. And we got Ron, RJ Ariels.
Yes, and
Hello, Ronnie.
Ronnie, God bless America.
The other Ron.
Mark.
God bless America.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. I hope you all had a great. Those of you that are Americans had a great Independence Day weekend, a safe one at least.
Yes. And speaking of No King's Day, wasn't that a flop?
Yeah,
Wow, I was
yeah,
expecting, the same, stuff from the last one. It was like didn't
yeah,
hear a peep about it on TV.
yeah.
I'm like going, boy, that was a bigger flop than the second run of Murphy Brown. Yeah,
Yeah, it was exactly. That's about
yeah,
how popular it was. So yeah, but Art was complaining last week. Come on, you little. So I got me an electrified fly swatter. So
Uh,
just let them little devils get around me. I'll probably smack my
just don't
camera and knock it
scratch
out.
your head with it.
Yeah. Well, I've got it set up to where I have to hold the button down for it to fire off. So I just got to
Okay.
wait for them
Oh,
little dogs to.
I saw one go by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're swarming here. I can never hit one.
Mm.
I thought with this big one, I got one earlier, and boy, it was like right on the edge of and I tapped it, went bzzzt. But I said it, I plug it in, and it's actually not bad. It's got a USB-C. You plug it in and
Cool.
turn it, and you can leave it plugged in and turn it on, and it has a stand that it fits in. And if you put it on automatic, it'll sit there, scare the hell out of you in the middle of the night. Though you'll be laying there, "Zap! What,
Yeah.
what? Oh shit!" You know. So
Dude,
yeah, it's
is it set for stun?
no, it is set for death.
Kill. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I saw a video of some lady had one of those, and she's like going zap, 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 zap. It's like, wow. It's like
Yeah.
there's bugs all
Well,
over the place.
well, I've got it set up. Maybe I should put on. What I should have done was just brought the stand out, set it up, and left it on automatic, and then
There
we
you
could have
go.
watched them fly into it because
Mhm.
Yeah. Or you
the little
could set
purple
up
light.
you could set up a webcam.
Yeah, yeah. See, it's got a
Many
little purple
people would
light when
watch
it's on.
that.
It's got that
Mhm.
little purple light when it's on automatic. So I guess
Yeah.
I could sit here and
There you
just
go.
see if the little scutters will fly into it. So
There you go. Hey, what's that like?
yeah, yeah. The funny thing is, I have a bedside light, and anyways, I set this right in front of the bedside light, so when they come to the light, they're going to get zapped, and 9 times out of 10 it does. So, but
Mhm.
it's funny. The instructions, it says uh, re plug in and charge the battery if you haven't used it in over 3 months, like if you don't have it in automatic. So, uh,
Mhm.
and it charge for 3 hours. So,
Oh,
and
cool.
come on, I'm gonna get you.
Oh yeah, Alexis says you might like the bug assault gun more.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are fun. Yep.
yeah. Well, I thought about getting one of those, and then James was talking the other day. He says his uh his kitchen cabinet is all covered with salt now because yeah, he's been using his fly salt. Sorry, that
Oh,
went down wrong. Yeah,
yeah.
but anyways, yeah. Uh, Come on, right there. Just come on. I knocked one of my pipes down a little bit ago, so I gotta.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm gonna shut that. Shut down. Put it on. There we go. Yeah,
Mhm.
that way I can lay it down. I should have brought out the stand, but
Yeah.
yeah, and I finished up my last pipe finally.
Ooh, that looks
And
good. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, very nice.
yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So
Yeah.
it's got some really
Green.
good grain to it.
Yep. Does.
That side over there, and
Yep.
so
Yeah, it's got a nice barrel to
yeah,
it.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does. It really does. So I'm
Mhm.
really happy with it. So
Is it? Is it a Milton burl?
Hey. Dominic wouldn't get that because that's American
and no,
TV.
it's not a Milton Burl.
Okay.
Milton Berle. Yeah.
I know who Milton Berle is, but I didn't understand how it.
Well,
Oh,
he was referring. Art had said this pipe had burl.
Oh,
That
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
yeah,
Milton
and
Berle.
then
yeah.
Yeah,
Charles
got it.
says, "Is that a Milton burl?"
Yeah,
Hello,
got it.
Bill.
Did
Hey,
somebody say bowl?
Oh, no, we didn't. We said burl,
No.
which sounds different.
You're
So how
talking
you
about
doing, Bill?
bowling.
How was your weekend?
Well, like always, I had to work. I worked Friday on the 4th. But as you know, I put the drone up when I got home, at night.
Right.
Saturday I worked. Sunday I worked on the scooter.
oh,
Hey, Rod.
cool.
And today I
Jim?
worked. So there you go.
Okay.
Rod,
That's the
Oh,
synopsis.
Jim.
Did you get everything done on your scooter you wanted done?
Yeah, I carved up my fingers pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Actually, what I took the drive apart and took out
Hello, Jim.
the CVT. The CV. The I took it apart, and the thing was full of grease. Whoever put it together packed it like they were packing bearings.
Oh my God.
I mean,
oh
I'm
my.
literally, it was full to the top. I mean, literally full of grease. And which makes me think it might have been an aftermarket one that was put on once upon a time because I heard
Right.
people complaining online that the aftermarket ones, while they're fine, they don't know what they're doing because they literally fill them up to the top. You're supposed to just lubricate the inside of it.
Right. Right.
According to Honda, it's the all um, five or six. There's 6 rollers,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole, or is it 5? I forget. The whole thing should only have 25 to 30 grams of grease in it. So that's an ounce.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not much grease. And this thing had, oh God, probably a cup in there. So
Oh my
anyway,
God.
yeah, that was a pain in the neck cleaning that all out, getting all the nooks and crannies because it was old and dried in spots. And
Right.
so anyway, did that and got it all cleaned up. Then I checked. I pulled I did put fresh gear oil in the final drive. In the back final drive. Took care of that, and then I took my clutch bell off to check out the clutch weights. There's actually 3 of them that when it spins, they work their way out. They grab the bell, kind of like a drum brake. Anyway, paper thin. As a matter of fact, the metal was scraping the inside of the bell on a spot.
Oh
Ooh.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I heard that once a couple of times, and I thought the belt was slipping because it made that kind of a noise, like a squealing noise. It didn't really. It squirted a little, but not in any way that's going to damage it because it was all the way on the outer edge.
Right. Right.
It's not where the brake pads make surface. So, and besides, it's really there wasn't much because it must have just started happening. So I had to order some of those. I'm waiting for them to come. So I'm not riding the bike until I put new clutch pads in there.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Probably be a good idea.
But I predict it's going to run better and quicker, and I'm kind of
That's
excited.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you know,
Awesome.
I put my phone mount on there. I'm going to buy. One thing about it was I wanted it like kind of centered facing me, but
Right.
because of the arm and the way it clamps onto the ball, I have to do it. It's pretty good where it is actually, but you have to do it on
Right.
an angle.
Yeah.
Well, of course, all I got to do is buy a second arm.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then he froze.
So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look around and buy a second arm for that. And no big deal. I'm also going to put sound on it. I was going to. This is why I was a little late. I stopped at Best Buy on the way home. I was taking a look at Bluetooth speakers.
Right.
I just thought maybe. Well, there's actually a little bit of a dash on this thing, and like fake spots where there could be speakers. Like there's actually a design there that looks like a speaker, but there's no speaker.
Right.
What
Right.
guys do is they drill,
Drill that out. Yeah.
yeah, they drill it out, and then they'll put speakers behind it.
Yeah.
But then that's not waterproof. Water's going to get through the holes.
Yeah.
So I'd like to put marine speakers on it. So what I'm looking
That's what I
at
was
now
gonna
is
say.
like
Yeah.
little 3-inch marine speakers,
Uh-huh.
and I'll just drill a hole in it. That's all. You know, I mean, I know I don't like the idea of drilling a hole in a piece of plastic that I can't replace anymore because you can't get that stuff. But then again, even if I stop using the speakers, I'll just leave the covers on there, so it'll look fine. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they got these marine speakers. They're small, 3 inches. Not gonna have any bass
Right.
or anything.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
and what I was gonna do is just get a Bluetooth amp, and it's all it's a dumb amp. You know, it doesn't have a tuner.
Right, right,
You can get those, but there's no room on the dashboard for a tuner and a radio. And besides, I wouldn't
right.
listen to it anyhow. Um, I found this little one. It's only a little over 2 inches wide. I'm going like this, like you can see, 2 inches wide and maybe a half-inch high and 2 inches deep.
Right.
It's a little. It's actually a Bluetooth board, although it's kind of protected. It's got a, and it'll do up to 30 watts per channel, and it's just this little thing, you know,
Oh
and it'll
wow.
fit right in my glove box. So I'm gonna get one of
Cool.
those, and I'm gonna get a couple of, and it's only $16.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't beat that.
No, wire it to the bike's got a battery, it's got a fuse box, wire it to the fuse box.
Right.
And uh, these speakers that I was looking at are 4 ohms. So you're only going to drive at 4 ohms with this thing with only, see, because this has a range, 9 volts, the amp, 9 volts to 24 volts. Well, at 12 volts, which is what it's going to be running on, obviously,
Right. Right.
you only get 15 watts per channel at 4 ohms.
Right.
8 ohms, you get even less. You get 10.
Right,
So,
right.
but that's fine. That's 30 watts
Right.
total between the two speakers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they're right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure I'll hear it just fine. You know, on the bike. You know, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm getting all ready for this shit. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And then as far as the power supply is concerned, I'm also put in a one of those cigarette lights in the glove
Oh
box.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then, because I have
Right.
a USB adapter that plugs into those things, and it's got a USB-C and it's got a USB-A on it. And it's even
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's even got
Yeah.
a Q, whatever that's called, Q something or other, to charge quickly.
Yeah, the quick
UI.
charge, yeah.
QI, yeah. It's
UI,
actually
yeah,
got that
yeah.
built in, and I have a
Sweet.
spare one. It was not. It had a habit of popping out in the truck after a while. I don't know if the spring got weak on. I don't know what's going on. It was working fine, but it annoyed me a couple of times because I had to reach down and push it back in.
Right,
So I
right.
replaced it, and the one I have is really cool. But that'd be fine. I mean, I might direct wire that. Actually, I could take the end off it and just direct wire it, and just out of
Right.
out of because it's going to be in the glove box. I'm not going to have that exposed and plugged to the outside.
Right,
I don't
right.
want to drill a hole in my glove box too, or
Yeah.
another hole in my dash, or see, because that part of the dash has to come off, and anything you add to it, you just make it so that you can. That's how you access your radiator and a couple of
Right,
Well,
right.
actually,
Yeah.
so far that's the only thing I'd worry about is being able to access the radiator, and it's tight there underneath the steering yoke. You got to kind of pop it up and out and
Right.
down. Well, it's going to be hard enough with the two speakers attached
Yeah.
to it. I don't want to add anything else to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, long story short, I'll do that. Actually, the USB, although the glove box is sealed, it's sealed tops and sides.
And away we go.
Yeah, he's been popping in and out, and he's
Yep.
out for the moment. Bill, I don't know if you can hear us, but yeah. Well,
Yep.
he just caught up with his speech where his lips and his
Yes, that's
speech,
right.
So now it's going to be out of time again. So
Right. Lloyd, while he's getting that going, why don't you show him the GoFundMe? Yeah.
Art has set up a GoFundMe link. Let's see if I had it up there once before. Where was it?
Yeah.
There it
This
is.
is for Alexis
This is
Pets.
for Alexis. Is to help with,
Well, I put it in the thingy where you can bring it up. Not just that. I want to show the page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like it's off again because I don't see it now. You must have unshared
Because
it.
it's right there.
Huh?
It's right there, and I've got it
Oh,
on
hang
the.
on a second. Let me look at it. Maybe
Yeah.
over here on the side.
Yeah, it is over on the side. Should be right
Oh.
underneath my picture.
Right underneath your picture.
Yeah.
Well, it's showing.
Sometimes you'll see it at the top, or it'll be over side.
Well, I'm not seeing it there.
Well, if you go over to the side and you
I'm
highlight,
on the side, Art.
okay.
It's not showing on my side. I have
Well,
not. Oh, here it is. I found it now.
There you go.
Okay.
There
I'm still
you
getting
go.
used to it. Yeah.
And, so this is what the page looks like, and folks, it'd be great if you could help out. We've got a great drone community, and we stick together and help each other out in times of need. Please help Alexis, because she's got her hands full with Jeff. She needs a little help with her pets, and these are just a few of them. Her dogs,
Right.
she's got cats, she's got fish, she's got chickens,
Chickens and ducks.
and ducks. That's
Yeah,
right.
So, and I'm sure every little bit will help. I know she's
Yeah.
very appreciative of it. So,
Mhm.
so, anyways, the link is in the chat. So,
in the chat.
and Uncle Bill's back, but he stepped away from the camera. So,
I'm right here.
oh, okay,
Can you see me?
all right. But yeah. So, anyways, oh,
Yep.
One of the neighbors has got a hot rod out there. Oh no, I said, oh, they bought when we moved in or when they
T-Mobile.
yeah
Mobile.
it was you were cutting out there
Yeah, I
a
know.
little while ago. Yeah.
What was
Wow. Even T-Mobile's giving you.
Yeah, really. Yeah, no, I'm on. Okay. How about now?
Yep, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing good now.
Yeah.
so
It just
far.
takes that few minutes to finally get settled in after you switch over. So, anyways,
Shouldn't, but anyway, what was I saying?
we were used.
Oh, the Bluetooth. Could you hear me talking about the Bluetooth amp?
Yeah.
Tiny little
Two
by. Kind of cool, actually. And I'm going to get about, like I said, 30 watts total, which would be funny. And I'm going to put a cigarette lighter style power port in there.
Right.
And
Cool.
What the heck else? I was talking about that. I have one of those USB adapters that you plug into that, the spare one.
Right.
I may just pull it apart and direct wire it. Just stick it in because I'm not gonna. And just stick it in the glove box. That's all.
Yeah.
Off the glove box without damaging anything.
Right.
So, won't water out, but it goes up the sides and like that, and then it stops at the bottom of the sides. Unless the bike's upside down, and in that case, I don't care.
Yeah, if it's upside down, you probably wouldn't care anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. There's water getting into my glove box.
So.
Better than that, we'll see. Okay. I might run that USB, the cowling around the handlebar.
Right.
And
you're glitching tonight, Bill.
Yeah.
Even on T-Mobile, you're froze up again.
Yep. And he's out.
And he's out. Well,
And he's
No.
back.
No, I'm not. You're out. I was
okay.
here. You guys were gone. It was you.
Well, yeah. Well, I happened to look down, and see that you had you were off, and like, okay, well, I better turn you
Yeah, I
back
don't know
on
why
again.
it's doing. I have no idea why it's doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be better right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
should
just
do it at all. I
because
mean,
you're a son of a glitch, Bill.
my
that was good. The son of a glitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
got
Charles,
plenty
you
of
don't
bars.
say,
I don't get it.
Charles, you
Yeah.
don't say a lot, but when you do, you make it count.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're a funny mofo.
Oh my goodness. So yeah.
I don't know. We'll see
So
if
you
that
guys
works.
planning on buying anything on Amazon Prime Day?
No.
I might if I had Amazon Prime, but
Yeah.
Ah,
I,
okay,
ooh, I
okay.
so
Yeah, I think I will be.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of things I may get. I'm not sure,
yeah.
but I'm think.
I want to buy. I'm going to buy 100 foot of
Oh, yeah.
There
coax.
you go.
Ah, yeah,
And you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to hang it yet. I'm just going to connect it and run it over to the side of the house. Just lay it in the grass and run
right.
it over to the side of the house before I go through all that and see if the
Yeah,
problem goes away.
There you go.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You got to go with the pole, unplug it
right.
when it's there, plug it in, and just
Yeah,
run it over. I'm going to get you get direct burial
right.
coax, and if this fixes the problem, I'm going to get that electric. I have that electric
Right.
edger that I've never used, and I'll just dig myself a little 5 inch, 4 or 5, whatever deep is it'll go. Maybe I'll use a pickaxe and make it a little deeper. There's I was reading the thing gives you wrong answers. AI, believe it or not,
Oh yeah,
sometimes
a
it's
lot of
wrong.
times it is.
I wanted to see what depth are you supposed to put this cable at. Well, this is very low
Right.
power cable. This isn't power. It starts giving me, with conduit, 18 inches without 24 inches.
Yeah.
That's for power.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not. That's for 120 volt. And so I started reading what people were posting, how deep they buried the cable company
right,
actually
right.
buried their
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
6 inches
yeah,
at most.
yeah,
Yep.
You know, I'll run along the fence. I'll run along my fence because it's at the corner of my fence. Run along the fence the whole way. That way, I don't have to worry about maybe digging into it and
yeah.
breaking it. If I, by the way, that's what I'm
If
saying.
it
If this
works.
works, then
Yeah,
I think I'll bury it.
yeah.
Yeah, then I'll bury it. Or call them up and tell them, hey, come
That's
fix this
right.
shit. I know what the problem is. You can't call them though. You can't
I
get a
know that's
person.
so aggravating too.
Yeah.
Getting hold of a real person just annoys me.
You got to lie to them. Tell them I'm calling the
Oh
Canfield. Then
yeah,
somebody will
yeah.
talk to
Oh
you.
There
God,
you go.
just trying to. It took me. Well, James, when he went to disconnect his cable because he, with our local cable
Hey,
company.
Bill.
Well, not. Well, I got the chat.
We got Coast to Coast Drones
Yep.
in this.
Hello, Bill.
Hey,
Hey,
Bill.
Bill.
Mhm.
Hi, Bill. Hey, Bill, I'm wearing your shirt. That makes you excited.
Oh, yeah. Drone
Drone therapy.
therapy. DT.
Yeah,
For detox.
I think I've got.
Uh,
I think I have a hat. No, I know what hat I got. I got one from. Oh, I forgot the guy's name. That was on there so long. Anyways, I've won a few hats from him. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. What was I going to say next?
I don't know.
I hate when I do that.
Yeah.
It sucks getting old.
Yep. Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't remember. It must not have been important.
Yep.
Oh, I'm thinking about getting a mini wood lathe.
Oh.
For
Bill.
where did it go again?
I've lost it.
There you
Oops. Yeah. Well, if you keep- What the hell?
And he's back.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
Don't know.
yeah, I think it's that hurricane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Hurricane Chantil. Yeah, Chantil.
Yeah,
But
something
that's
like
up
that.
by North Carolina by now.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, now it's showing my network connection is 9 out of or 10 out of 10. So I guess I'm all right.
Oh, okay. Well, it
Okay,
is.
good.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. No, we got 16 people watching. I just looked up and saw that, so I appreciate that too.
Cool.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna get a wood lathe, a small one, just a bench top one that I can do
Cool.
big enough to turn a pipe if
Turn the pipe. Turn
yeah.
the pipe.
Yeah, which is hard to do on a lathe, but I'm going to give it a shot, But
Yeah.
I'm going to try it out with a piece of pine first. I'm not going to try.
There you go.
I'm
Yeah,
not
the
going to take a good piece of hardwood and try turning it on a lathe and having to go
Yeah.
flying through the room and bust into 1,000 pieces, Yeah,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, you can make the bowl part, and then you can just drill the hole for
well,
the.
actually, they believe it or not, they turn them. They take the main block and they turn the bowl first, and
Uh-huh.
then they start. Then they just shape the stem into it afterwards. So
Okay,
so you can
gotcha.
sort of like with this, you'd turn this part, but and this would still be part of the block. You'd
Right.
turn it down to a certain depth and then come in the rest of the way, and you can also use that to drill your holes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Drill your hole. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's what she said.
I knew that was going to come out of your mouth. All right.
I know it. Art.
Giggity.
Yeah,
Giggity.
quit. Some days you need to quit going there.
Mm.
What, to the
Well.
hole?
Don't encourage him, Bill.
It doesn't take any encouraging.
I was going to say it doesn't take any. I know, right?
It doesn't take anything at all.
What is it?
Yeah, Artie, I sent you that video of the Shih Tzu Day in China.
Yes, I did. I saw that. I thought that was really cute.
It was cute, but I honestly actually meant to send that to Lloyd because Lloyd sent me. No, so I sent it to Lloyd now too, because Lloyd sent me some horrible short where this guy just rips Shih Tzus to pieces.
Oh,
They bark supposedly, which they don't. They don't listen to you, which they do. I mean, he just doesn't know how to raise his dogs, I guess. My dog is exceptionally obedient.
yeah.
But we love, but it goes through all the negatives, and they're just not my dog. You know what I mean? Really, I don't know why he's got a problem with his. But then he ends it with, "But we love them." That's what
Yes.
makes us love them so much. And it's like, I would hate a dog like that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh,
they had a Shih Tzu day. What? There was hundreds of Shih Tzus. These people were
Oh
holding them.
yeah, they're like doing the Lion King. Hi-ya, hi-ya.
Hi, I'm from Pennsylvania. Something like that.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'll be back in just a minute, guys.
All right.
Yeah, go.
But
You okay?
Shih Tzus,
All right.
Shih Tzus can be stubborn.
Not mine.
Yeah. My folks ones they can.
Nah, good smack takes care of that.
Yeah, but they are adorable. They're cute
Yeah.
and they're lovable, and they don't like thunderstorms and fireworks. And at least the ones that my folks had, and they just shake like there's no tomorrow. And I'll get them up on the couch or on my chair, and I'll just kind of hold them a little bit and console them, saying it's okay, it's going to be okay.
The only negative thing is the fur, taking care of the fur. But they don't shed. There's no
No,
dog
they
fur.
don't.
No. They're hypoallergenic, allegedly, so
Yeah.
they don't have dander all over the place. They're not really nothing's hypoallergenic, but they don't tend to bother people with allergies. And
Watch
My
out
wife-
for dingleberries.
Yeah, you got to watch that. My wife keeps the fur short on them, puppy cut all the time. And since she doesn't mind doing it, I'm good. You know.
Well, I ended up being the dog groomer after a while. I got an electric razor, the kind that pet pet shops have, and I just at first I take it down where they get a half inch, and then later on I say screw it right down to the they're getting a buzz cut. And I did that to the cockapoo, and oh god, he had that sad look. Like, I said, Ollie, don't you feel better? Yeah, but I look like a dork. And you
It's
like
hot.
my ears long.
It's hot in Florida. If you want them to go outside, you got to shave them.
Yeah.
My wife does a pretty good job. She's got it down. You know, they're getting older though. They're getting some skin tags on their skin. She has to be careful of those.
Yeah.
But we got the razor. It's always on my bench because she doesn't bother putting it away because the fur grows. She cuts them every month. You know, so
Good.
saves us a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
know
money.
your dogs are angels.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
but I thought
Yeah.
that was funny, anyways, because
Yeah.
I've had a sit you and I know what they're like.
Well, he's saying they're stubborn. I don't know. I don't get that out of my dogs. They don't
Yeah.
seem particularly stubborn. Every once in a
Yeah.
while, they get a little wind under their wings. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like they know not to sneak out of the yard. But every once in a while, I forget. I don't shut the gate immediately, and Mandy will do a little. But if I yell angry enough, she comes right back.
yeah. Well, I guarantee you, sit yous aren't as bad as chihuahuas.
Oh yeah.
They're annoying little rats at times. But
Neighbor has 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, had 3. I think one, maybe 2 now.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. You know, that's the thing. I don't.
Doesn't matter how many years this dog knows me. Still got like he just, I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. James comes in and out of the house all the time, but every time he walks in, that dog, you'd think that he'd kicked him to something, because he goes off yipping and whining. But now, when we first got him, he wouldn't even do that. He'd just sit here in the room and just scream at the top of his lungs. It's like he finally started. He shuts up now. He goes into the bedroom, crawls under the bed, and keeps quiet. But yeah,
Cause she would, our dogs learned not to eat the shoes. They used to eat my wife's shoes here and there. They learned not to pretty quick. He said, Bill says the female is sweetest could be the male. Fucker ate my Birkenstocks. Well, that's because he doesn't want you to look like a friggin' hippie. Birkenstocks.
yeah.
You hippie.
Well, my parents once had a greyhound that was a ex-racer, and
Right.
he ate my mom's high heels, just chewed the heels off of them. Oh man.
Yeah, we had a Pomeranian that did that to Judy's high heels, and she was ready. She was ready to kill him. But
Yeah.
we had a Pomeranian up until I lost one about 3 months after Judy passed away last year. But we've had one since Patrick was about 9 years old, and he's now 50 or going on 51. Or no, or he's 51 going on 52. I have to stop and think now. But yeah. But Pomeranians those are pains in the asses.
Yeah.
Because one,
Hey,
they've
Bob.
got a coat
Casey.
that you gotta. Hey, Bob Casey, welcome, Bob. But anyways, yeah, I just thought that was funny because we had my youngest son and daughter-in-law had a situ, and they had to move into an apartment, and so they couldn't have the situ in there, so they let their sister, and at the time it was the house next door, that James now owns, let them take him in, and they weren't taking care of him like they should have. So Judy says, "Oh, he's old, He was like 15 or so, 14 and a half, 15 years old. He's only going to last another year. That son of a bitch stayed alive for 3 more damn years. He didn't die until he was 18, and he did it just to piss me off." Every single night, we'd say go to bed, and he'd run back there, jump up into bed, and lay down on my pillow. And then I'd have to fight the damn thing over my pillow. And he'd snarl and just bark at me like, "Shut up," For 3 damn years, we were going to go have him put down the next day. And no, we did have to go have him put down because he'd had a stroke, and we knew he was bad. And finally, we just took him in and doctor said, "No, he's beyond help now." But he was 18 years old when he finally died.
Yeah, old enough to
And
drive.
he was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, he was probably old enough to buy beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bill's dad was 6'10". Holy cow!
Wow. Mm-hmm.
You took after your mom? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
6'10's a tall guy.
Yeah, but he took after his mom. She's 5'1".
5'1", yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, Don, hello.
that's big.
A grumpy
Loves his
Dodger, yeah.
Birkenstocks. I would consider buying them if they didn't cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Well, you'd only need to buy one Birkenstock if it was
Well,
an arm
right,
and a
that's
leg.
true. Because you got to give up one of your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're expensive. I think I could fit in as an old man. I could wear them, put some black socks on with them.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Walk around with a metal detector.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Live
I
a
like
life. Yeah.
I like wearing my sandals with my black support stockings,
Okay. Do you have a garter belt with those?
No, not that kind of hose. Support stockings, men's support
Yeah,
stockings.
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm just going to let it go.
Support socks, damn it.
Support stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was just kind of making fun of that picture, but okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, well. Wearing
You can put your Derringer and your
my Bermuda shorts, my Hawaiian flowered shirt, and
there you go.
my black support socks with sandals.
Hey, Bill, DEI has them for $50. You got a link? Oh, REI. Okay.
All right.
Who's REI?
Oh yeah, and don't forget prayers for those
Real
folks.
Estate Institute. Oh, REI. It's a chain, I guess, huh?
Yep.
What is it?
It's a store.
Oh, for store.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And they got one in downtown Palm Beach Gardens.
Oh, nice.
Wow! So I could spend $50 on slippers, on sandals, and
Compression
drive
socks. Thank you,
45
Bob.
minutes to get there.
That's what I meant. Compression socks.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the ones with the copper in it.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, it's
They'll make your legs wiry.
well, you make fun of that stuff, but when James had his neck surgery, they actually sent him home with this big collar thing that had a timer on it, and it's rechargeable, and it sent magnetic waves through it to help. Like,
Yep.
I said, okay. I said, did you actually get to see the witch doctor that prescribed it? I said, did he use his, is his mojo working? Like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He says that's kind of what he asked him too. And he actually saw the doctor. He says, he just looks at him and says, "You're joking, right?" He says, "No." He says, "Magnets, really?"
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And actually, I was surprised that James would have the reaction I did because he's usually a little more open-minded about the weird stuff. And like to me, it's like whatever. But apparently, in other parts of the world, they've been using magnets for years.
I wonder if it made him more attractive.
No, because after that he lost his wife, so I guess not.
Mhm. Well,
She
maybe
got
he
on her
was.
broom and flew out of here last week.
Okay. Well,
Yay!
maybe
Yeah.
he needs to, change the polarity. Yeah.
No, he don't want to change the polarity. That would get him the wrong kind of attraction. Yeah. But yeah. Oh my God, it's just so humid today.
47
Oh, yeah.
minutes.
Oh,
What?
famous footwear. Bill's got the link for famous
Oh,
footwear.
REI is 47 minutes from my house.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's in
Eh,
Palm Beach Garden, town by the Palm Beaches. Famous footwear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what kind of bird, because there's different styles and like that. Okay. This is your standard. All right, I like that. Now, where is this place located?
yeah. That's what they told him, Alexis. I just never heard of it before.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of using. This is what she put up there.
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Have to
And
try that out.
he did have some pins and screws and stuff in his neck, so maybe
Mhm.
that's magnetizing it helped him.
Yep.
He's doing okay now. I think he may get off of his light duty this week.
Mm.
This week or next.
Mm.
But
And if you have a friend that has a plate in his head, you could take one of those refrigerator magnets and stick it right on there.
well, and that reminds me. Have you guys, speaking of that's what reminded the magnetic plate. Have you guys seen Heads of State?
No, I've heard a review on it, but I haven't seen it.
It's the silliest damn movie, but it's actually a pretty
Yeah.
good movie. But it is so stupid. It's got John Cena plays United States president. Well,
Oh,
I don't know if anybody knows unless you've watched wrestling. You
Yeah,
may
I
not know
know
who
John
John
Cena
Cena
is.
is.
oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I know who he is.
yeah.
yeah. I think he's currently the WWE champ right now because he just at WrestleMania earlier this year he won his 16th championship heavyweight belt. So
Mm.
and he's retiring this year. But this is a movie he did with I can't remember the guy's name.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, I can never say his name right either. But what is that again?
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's a good actor.
IDRIS.
Yeah, and he plays the Prime Minister of England.
Oh.
And yeah, they do not get along, to say the least, and it's funny. So if you get a chance to watch that movie, watch it because it's an action movie. There's explosions, there's intrigue, there's bad guys galore. People trying to kill them and all this stuff, and yet there's John Cena who, well, makes fun of the American president because you've never seen Don. You've never seen John Cena, sure.
Oh,
You knew how to spell his name though.
yeah.
How is that possible?
Never seen him. I get it.
Never seen him. Never seen him. Well, actually, he's got this thing. It says, "You can't see me," and that's his shtick,
Mhm.
And he tells a story of how he got started with it. Like I don't know, his nephew or somebody started that. I can't remember.
Cool.
Cool. That second store is actually in. They
Yeah,
have one.
So, did you find some?
Yeah, the second store he brought up is in. They have it in Tradition on the other side of Port St. Lucie. It's actually not
good.
too far from that hotel you stayed at, Art, when you were here.
Oh, okay.
On the other side. That's still
Oh,
25 minutes.
yeah, yeah.
This is a big
And
town. It's 11 miles away, but it's
yeah, he is a
anyway.
good actor. He is a pretty good actor,
Who?
Andrew. And welcome, John Cena.
He sucks.
Hello, Andrew.
Well,
He's
he's an idiot. He acts like this big doofus most of the time. Of course, he is.
he's no. I
Yeah.
like watching him. He just
Yeah.
I wouldn't. He's not exactly a Shakespearean actor.
Oh no. But he does good comedy because he
Right.
basically makes fun of himself.
No,
Oh,
as
he
far
played.
as far as those big muscle heads that get into movies, he does a good job.
He does. Yeah.
You know.
He did. What was that series? It was. He was in. Was it The Suicide Squad or Suicide Squad? Whichever one the second one was. And then from the Suicide Squad or whichever movie it was, he they turned around and took that character and made a miniseries out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Peacemaker.
Hmm?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's the name of the miniseries.
Yeah, Peacemaker. Yeah, that's the character he plays. That
Yeah,
guy's
he
an
turned
idiot.
out to be a real asshole in the movie, but Peacemaker, he's not. I don't think he's more of a hero than Peacemaker. I think, isn't he?
Yeah,
I believe
yeah.
So.
Yeah. He sort of. Well, it turns out his dad was a white supremacist. I mean, they just there was nothing nothing off top. They pushed all the boundaries in that particular series.
Right.
His dad is a
And
white supremacist.
Yeah,
Oh,
according to his dad was in prison and was which I didn't quite understand. He was a white supremacist. I'd have to go back and watch it again, but yeah, his dad was and raised him to be that way, and he was trying not to be his dad, but he was still
He's a
dumber
white
than box of rocks.
supremacist with a heart of gold.
That's
Got it.
it. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Mhm.
Yeah. Heads of State. That's the movie. But and it is a good movie. It's entertaining. It's good. I watched it this afternoon, or earlier in the day after I got back from groceries. I went in there, laid down because it's so damn muggy out, and I thought, well, I'm gonna get back under the air conditioner and watch a movie. So
There you go.
yeah, it is a good movie, Andrew. If you want to watch it, I recommend it because they really interact. And in the end, you see a different side of him. It turns out good. So
Good.
just don't bring up fish and chips with him. That pisses him off.
Ah,
And I'll let that you guys have to go watch it to find out what that reference is.
mhm.
So that's the Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Yes, it is the
Hey,
Andrew,
got
yes.
Jiggles. Hey, TJ.
Hey, TJ, welcome.
DJ.
And Andrew, I think I said hello to you at least once. So
He only
and
gets
Jen
just
Stroney.
one. That's it. Just one. Don't go crazy.
Okay, yeah,
It's just Andrew.
it's just Andrew. Yeah. Let's see if I can get this little sucker.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, maybe.
mm, mm.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh.
and this is my newest purchase from Amazon.
What, for killing flies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. Mine look a little more. They're oblong. They look a little more like
Yeah.
a tennis racket.
Tennis
You
racket.
can buy
Yeah.
them at Harbor Freight.
Yeah, I bought
Yep.
this one off of Amazon here the other day.
Yeah, you
and,
said that. How much was it?
Oh, about $14, I think.
Yeah, it's about the same at Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's got the stand that goes with it, and it's
Oh,
USB-C
well,
rechargeable.
Mm,
It's
Oh
rechargeable.
no, mine's
USB-C.
battery powered. That's awesome. You got to
Yeah.
put D batteries in mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot of them. That's when they first came out. They were like that, but
Mhm.
it's got. I can put it in the stand and plug it in, leave it plugged in, and then just leave it turned on automatic, and it generates. It has 4 little
1 minute.
LCD purple lights that's supposed to attract them. I just set it in front of my night light or my bedside. Come here, you little shit. Where are you at? Anyway,
Honey, do you have any extra D batteries?
No, mine is
Uh,
not. Mine is not $15.
oh,
There it is.
Probably $9.95.
Nope.
Oh, $5. There you go.
$5.
El
Yeah.
cheapo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Son of a bitch. A damn fly just landed on it. Lands on the handle. Like, man, that's just wrong.
Now what do you do?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
He's
like,
taunting
really?
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mocking you.
I know. It's just,
Yeah, what do you think
anyways.
now?
Well,
What do
you
you
know, I just looked at the clock and
Yeah,
we
you're
managed
overtime.
to go an hour tonight, which is
Yep.
good. Don't forget, I assume they're having their show tonight, and that's
Yes,
Yeah, I've
sir.
just seen a notification. So there.
okay. Coast Drone Nation, Coast to Coast
Who?
Drones is on Wednesday. Drone Nation
Who?
with Marcus and Ron.
Who are they?
I don't know. They're a couple old guys that
Couple
I've seen them down in
guys.
Florida a couple of times, but I can't remember what it is they actually do.
One's from Idaho, the other one's from New Jersey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I think I remember them now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Anyways,
know.
if you want
If
to
I
learn
saw
about
them, I might know them. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, if you want to learn about drones, you can go over there to Drone Nation, and they may actually talk about drones. So
We could talk about drones.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could.
We could.
Yeah, we could.
Or
And
we
then
could
we'd be
talk
like,
about the No King's Day that never happened.
We need to, so here's the thing. We don't need that. That's a crutch. That's a
Yeah.
crutch. We could talk about drones, but you see, our minds are open to all things.
Open.
We're
Yeah.
not. We don't narrow ourselves down to that one thing.
Yeah. We're
because-
like a parachute.
that's
Best
right. That's
used
right.
when you-
I set it on automatic, and now they're just flying to it. So
I would guarantee you they're not going to talk about electronic fly swatters on their channel.
no, they aren't.
No, we can talk about electronic fly swatters.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I put it on full auto and just sitting there holding it, and they've been flying into it left and right. So I gotten 3 of them so far.
Put it next to the microphone. I want to hear it go.
Oh yeah, well they're not.
Does
There's
it light up? Does it have a light in it or something that
Yeah,
attracts
yes.
them?
Yeah.
Oh, yours is uber fancy. Mine doesn't have
Yeah.
that.
Well, now that's
You
only
gotta
when it's on
swing
full
mine.
auto. But when I put it on where I have to manually trigger it doesn't have that light. So, but I guess if you're swinging it, so I tried swinging a little bit ago and I knocked one of my pipes off. So I thought, well, I'll just turn it on here on auto for a minute and.
So now
about the same size.
it's a bug zapper now.
It's a bug zapper. That's right. And I put it next to my bed at night, and it.
And I wake up covered with dead flies.
Well, I tell you what, there's not much there when it fries them good.
Oh, I know they explode. Actually,
You know, yeah, they do. Scared the hell out of me though, because I wasn't expecting it, and all of a sudden I hear, psst, like, what the hell? Because I mean, it just pops. It's pretty loud when it gets them. So, anyway, so. Well, that said and done, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this a show, and I want to thank everybody for coming in, and I want to, I don't know where Charles went to,
I
but
don't know.
he stepped away for a minute, but electric fly swatter. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, exactly, right? An electric fly swatter. Well, I thought about getting that salt gun, but James was telling me this weekend that he has salt all over his kitchen counter that he hadn't cleaned up because he was killing flies. So, like, I'll go with something. At
yeah.
least.
I thought about them, but you're right. It makes a mess. Salt all
Yeah,
over the place.
and this here,
And the
the
cockroaches don't like the salt, so they don't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, you put all that salt on the counter, and then you got all those. You don't have all those cockroaches that you.
Oh, there you go.
Son of a
I
gun.
heard top. Yeah.
Boy, that stop your train of thought. Yeah, one of them little scutters got up there and it just yeah,
Yep. It went
yeah,
pop. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, I got two of them.
Look at Lloyd sitting there killing God's innocent creatures.
Yeah, I know. Well, with that said and done, now that we know it works,
Yep.
I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to turn it off actually for a minute, and I am
Right.
going to close out the show. And I want to thank you guys for being here. You can hang out afterwards if you want. And everybody have a good week. I hope you had a great Independence Day weekend for the Yanks in the crowd. And anyways, I will talk with you guys later. Let me see if I can get this brought up here. Oh, hey, Charles.
Hello.
Just getting ready to say uh,
Good night.
goodbye. Good night. Yeah. Let me
Goodbye.
see.
Adios. Sayonara.
Yep. All right, guys.
Autumn.
We're getting ready to shut her down now.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.